In the days when King Ahab ruled Israel and Queen Jezebel filled the land with idols of Baal, the voice of truth grew faint. The people who once worshipped the living God had turned their backs, bowing before lifeless images made by human hands. The prophets of Baal filled the land, deceiving hearts and turning the people away from their Creator. But one man, Elijah the prophet, stood alone in courage and faith. He was sent by God to bring the nation back to righteousness. For 3 long years, no rain had fallen upon Israel because Elijah had declared that there would be neither dew nor rain until he spoke again. The land was dry and broken, the streams had turned to dust, and famine spread across villages. Yet even in this season of judgment, God was preparing to reveal his power in a way that no one would forget. At the command of God, Elijah went to meet King Ahab. The king's eyes burned with anger when he saw him and said, "Is it you, O troubler of Israel?" But Elijah answered boldly, "I have not troubled Israel, but you and your father's house have, because you have forsaken the commandments of the Lord and followed Baal." Then Elijah challenged the king to summon all Israel to Mount Carmel, together with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who ate at Jezebel's table. It was time for a divine confrontation, the showdown between the true God and false idols. When all the people gathered on Mount Carmel, the air was thick with tension. Elijah stood before the crowd and cried, "How long will you waver between 2 opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him." The people were silent. No one dared to answer. So Elijah proposed a test. He said, "Let 2 bulls be given. The prophets of Baal will choose 1 bull and prepare it, and I will prepare the other. We will each call upon the name of our God, and the God who answers by fire. He is the true God." The people agreed and shouted, "It is well spoken." From morning till noon, the prophets of Baal called upon their God. They danced, shouted, and cried, "O Baal, answer us." But there was no voice, no sound, no fire. They leapt upon their altar, cutting themselves with knives until their blood flowed, thinking their pain might please their God. Elijah watched silently, then mocked them, saying, "Cry louder. Perhaps your God is meditating or has gone on a journey, or maybe he is asleep and must be awakened." They shouted even louder, but nothing happened. The sun sank low in the sky, and their cries faded into despair. Then Elijah called the people to draw near. Calmly he repaired the broken altar of the Lord with 12 stones, 1 for each tribe of Israel, and dug a trench around it. He laid the wood and placed the bull upon it. Then, to make the miracle beyond question, he ordered that 4 large jars of water be poured over the sacrifice. They did it once, twice, and a 3rd time until water drenched the wood and filled the trench. The people watched in silence, their hearts trembling. Then Elijah lifted his hands and prayed, "O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and that I have done all these things at your word. Answer me, O Lord, answer me, that these people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have turned their hearts back again." Before he could lower his hands, heaven responded. A bolt of divine fire fell from above, roaring like thunder. It consumed the burnt offering, the wood, the stones, the dust, even the water in the trench. The light was blinding, the heat fierce. The people fell on their faces and cried, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." The prophets of Baal trembled in fear, knowing their deception had been exposed. Elijah commanded that they be seized, and none of them escaped. The power of God had spoken more loudly than any human voice ever could. When the people's faith was restored, Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel and bowed down with his face between his knees. He prayed again, this time not for fire,